Good morning. You're getting a very all-natural morning person. Today you're also getting probably some splashing sounds since there's a little toddler baby having splashy time right over there. Meinaatko? But I wanted to do a small video clip before we left for Oulu for a week today. Eikö? So we're leaving for Oulu today for a week. And eikä äiti saa puhua englantia. So before we leave, I wanted to show you how far I've gotten with the shortie socks stage 2 socks. So, like I didn't remember to say out loud in the last video, hi, I'm Jutta, I'm coming to you from Tampere, Finland. And this video will be about shortie sock stage 2 socks, and it will be a short video. This is where I've gotten to so far. The pattern is by Suzanne Sjogren, and the sock pattern is called Odensjön Socks. And as I've understood it, the Odensjön is a national park in Sweden. I'm using hedgehog fibers yarns, sock yarn. The colorway name was Stone. It's basically the same yarn, the same looking yarn that I used for the Plan A socks, but this doesn't have the speckles. So a very brownish grey color. And it feels quite slow at the moment, probably because I'm doing 2 at a time. I tried last night to use DPNs or do in magic loop 1 sock at a time, and it didn't make any kind of large difference. This is why I usually don't record while he's awake, because it distracts me. Even if you can't hear a lot of what he's doing, it distracts me quite a lot. But yeah, I'm quite sure I won't get these done during my week in Oulu, but I'm not even sure I'm gonna get these done before the end of the stage. But I really do I think they're very pretty, and I've tried them on a little bit, even though they look very kind of thin. They have quite a good amount of stretch, so they will go on my foot. But I'm not sure if I have to modify what goes on the leg and how much goes on the foot. The requirements was that there should be 6 repeats on the leg and 7 on the foot, so the same as before, but I might fill that around because it's more important to have the correct amount of repeats rather than how many repeats goes where. Lähtikö sulla moottori taas käyntiin? Ajatko kilpaa? Ei. Yeah. The only thing is that the cast on edge, yeah, it does have give. It goes over my foot, but goes over my heel. But I was wondering if it's a normal thing that my mom taught me to do the traditional sling long tail cast on with holding 2 needles at a time, which gives a very good and stretchy edge, which I've never had an issue with. This was done with German twisted cast on, and yeah, it has give, but it still feels very kind of restrictive. But I don't know. It was required. There was some issues about some people using something else and it being a disqualifying factor. I don't know how they can see it. But yeah, so this is where I am. I will put a marker to show you how much I've gotten done while I'm away. So we'll see in just a minute. For you. Hi. Today is Thursday the 2nd of August. Stage 3 has started yesterday, and I got my stage 2 socks ready on Saturday, so that was the 29th, a few days before the cutoff. And yeah, here they are. As I think I said on the previous clip, I do find the pattern really pretty, but it was kind of simple enough that I got bored with it towards the end. I also was kind of afraid that these might not be big enough with the minimum requirements, but I was wrong. They fit. The length of the foot is quite perfect for me, and in case you haven't seen them anywhere else, this is the pattern on the front all the way to the toe, and then also for a short time on the back before the heel. This pattern used a riverbed gusset. There was an option of more traditional heel flap and gusset, so you could have put the decreases here, but since this is only the second pair that I've done that has the gusset decreases on the bottom of the foot, I think it's a little bit different from the last pair I did, but the difference is so small to me that I couldn't tell you right now what the specific difference is. I think the sequencing is a little bit different. I think maybe the first decreases stopped with a little bit wider gap or something like that, but these go to until there's only 2 stitches, and then the rest of them are decreased after that. And this was named the riverbed gusset in the pattern. And yeah, the only issue for me with this pattern is the more stretchy German twisted cast on, I think it was called. So yeah, I can fit this over my heel, but this was supposed to be a stretchier cast on, and let me just show you. These are my stage 3 socks. With these, they didn't say a specific cast on, just to cast on certain amount of stitches, and look at the difference. So I can stretch it a lot more with this, and this I use the way I do the long tail cast on, and this just kind of stops just a little too soon. And what I realized with the German twisted cast on is that possibly the people who use or say that the kind of the more traditional long tail cast on is tight, is probably, it could be that the people who are saying that are only using 1 needle when they can do the long tail cast on. Now, I've been taught that you use 2 needles, so it creates double the amount of space for the stitches, and I've never ever had a problem with getting long tail cast on stitches to fit over my head or over my heel. So maybe that's the issue for some people, I don't know. I asked this from one of my best friends, who is also an avid knitter, that I know that she doesn't like to use that cast on, but of course she knows how to do it. and she doesn't like it because she gets a kind of a floppy end result. She doesn't like the looseness of it. She likes to use, I'm not sure what it's called. I think it's the, yeah, I probably have used that way of casting on, but for me that isn't tidy. She used, I think it's, what is it? No, I don't know, and it probably doesn't matter, but that's just a preference thing. For me, the 2 needle long tail cast on works just fine, and I think the edge is neat, even though it's stretchy for me. Some people might not have this experience. Maybe even using 2 needles, it's not what they prefer, and that's completely fine, but that just works for me. So for me, that being the only thing that bothers me with those socks is kind of a bummer, because they were really specific about which cast on to use. I'm not sure how they could tell the difference, but I didn't want to risk that being disqualified just because of that. But otherwise, I really still think these are beautiful socks. I did play around with the idea that if these weren't good on my feet, I would either rip them completely back and do an ankle length version with my preferred cast on. But since it's only about, since I still can fit this over my heel, I'm not gonna rip these back. I'm gonna use them when the weather cools down. It's still hot as something unladylike out there, and yeah, I'm not putting it past. I'm not saying that I won't do an ankle length version of these, because I really do like the braid pattern in here. But yeah, I did not finish kind of on a better placement than I did with the first socks. With stage 1 I was somewhere around 349, so my socks were 349th pair finished, and with these socks I think I was somewhere like 365, so a little bit worse, not a lot, but still. So yeah, that's all I have to say about those socks. We'll love them, we'll wear them, we'll probably do some sort of a version of them again. So yeah, thanks. Swallow first. Thanks for joining me for this clip, and until I get the next video up, I hope you have a very good time crafting. Bye bye.